He knows me. He knows my name. You don't, of course. You know me as the man who was born blind. I would like to tell you my story. My story was not an easy one to live. Being born blind, it's not something I chose. It was just the life that was handed to me. Being blind in my world meant not many job opportunities, like zero. That meant, of course, being a beggar for my entire adult life. Totally dependent on help from other people. And that is exactly what I was doing on that one day when everything changed. I was positioned as usual near the temple gate. It was one of the best places in all of Jerusalem for begging. There was almost always traffic. People coming and going. The temple to worship. Most worshipers ignored me, of course. And why would they not? I had nothing to offer. I don't give. I only take. And hey, nobody even knows my name. I'm just the man who was born blind. But this one day, I was not ignored. There was this rabbi who he was making a buzz all over Jerusalem. His name was Jesus. And you see, he was walking by with a few of his disciples. By the way, rabbis, they usually ignore me too. So I had no expectation of anything different on that day. But I was so wrong. It all started with a theology question. Imagine that. Rabbi, who sinned? This man or his parents? I chuckled quietly to myself. These religious people? That's what they're like, huh? I'm a person. I have feelings. I have been handed this horrible lot in life. Blind, beggar. And when I'm finally noticed by worshipers, look at this pitiful guy. Whose fault is that? No, but it's okay. I'm used to it. For years, I've learned I'm not a person to be loved. I'm a sufferer to be avoided. And hey, I must deserve it, right? I'm an outcast. I'm a leech on society. I'm not a person. I'm just a theological problem. I assumed that the rest of the discussion is one that I would not hear. The rabbi and his students, they would soon be well out of earshot. But the rabbi stopped. And of course, with him, the students stopped as well. And then the rabbi said this: it was not because of his sins or his parents' sins. This happened so that the power of God could be seen in him. I'm thinking, what does that mean? And then he spit on the ground. He made mud with his saliva. And he spread the mud on my eyes. And he said to me, "Go, wash yourself in the pool of Siloam." Well, what do you think I did? I obeyed. And what a great decision that was. I walked the half-mile trip across Jerusalem to the pool of Siloam. Not an easy feat, because if you know, I was still blind. And just like he said, I washed the mud out of my eyes, and I could see. I could see. As I walked back, I could hardly contain my joy. Rabbi Jesus had healed my eyes. Rabbi Jesus gave me sight. A man who was born blind. Who does that? Who has the power to do that? Who has ever seen anything like that? Well, certainly not me. I'd never seen anything before. Nothing. Just darkness my entire life. And now, the blue sky. The holy city of Jerusalem, all around me. Trees, water, people. Oh, the many different kinds of people. Old people, young people, children, dancing and playing. Babies in their mother's arms. It was like seeing the world for the first time. Who is this Jesus that he has such miraculous power to heal a man born blind? As I walked back to the temple gate, it started to occur to me how different my life could be now. And the questions started to come into my mind. What would I do next? Would I get a job? What job would I get? Will I have a normal life? Maybe even a family? I'm not the blind beggar anymore. Wait a minute. Who am I? When I returned back to my spot, those who knew me were arguing about whether it was really me or not. I kept saying, "It's me! It's me!" And then the interrogations began. You see, the day that Jesus healed me, It was the Sabbath, the day of rest. Bad, Jesus, bad. Don't heal people on the wrong day. Certainly that's hard work, right? Healing someone. It's funny because at first glance, when I was asked how I got healed, all I knew is that it was this man called Jesus. And wow, those religious leaders, they had something against Jesus. They would not stop interrogating me. Who do you think he is? They asked me. He's a prophet, I said. The more they questioned me, the more convinced I was of the gloriousness of Jesus. The more I told the story of what Jesus had done for me, the angrier they became. They even called my parents before them to confirm that I was their son and that I was born blind. Finally, I asked them, why do you want to hear it again? Do you want to be his disciples too? I'd never been so bold in my life. And to religious leaders too. It's almost like I was an entirely different person. But hey, I was blind. And now I could see. So you know what they did? They cast me out of the synagogue. I was just starting to think about how I could maybe now have a normal life. But nope. Excommunicated from the synagogue. And in case you don't know, that's bad. Basically, I was kicked out of society. Once again, confirmation. I was rejected, an outcast, alone. To the religious leaders, my healing was not a miracle to celebrate, but a PR problem to manage. My healing was a walking testimony to the power of Jesus, which also made me a walking threat to their own power. I can see. Do they celebrate? No, they do not. They cast me out. They cast me out. But guess who came looking for me? Jesus. Jesus came looking for me. Do you believe in the Son of Man? He asked. What does that mean? Who is he, sir, that I may believe in him? I said. Have you ever been in the midst of the worst that life has to offer and wondered, where's God in this? Will he ever show up? And Jesus replied, you have seen him, and it is he who is speaking to you. You have seen him. Interesting choice of words, huh? I had hardly looked at a single face in my entire life. And one of the first faces I can actually study, looking at me, loving me, is the face of Jesus, the Son of Man. Oh, how I longed to believe. I just needed the invitation to believe. They cast me out, and Jesus, he brought me in. Lord, I believe, I said, and I worshiped him. Jesus healed my eyes, and I could see. But what is the most glorious thing I've ever seen? Jesus, the Son of Man, standing in front of me, revealing himself to me. To me! It was the moment that I realized that the greatest treasure in all of life is this: seeing Jesus more clearly. My story, it could end there, but it does not. Jesus found me, and then he started teaching the religious leaders about sheep and shepherds. By the way, the religious leaders are not exactly fans of being taught. Jesus was teaching the religious leaders about the true shepherd. The true shepherd that cares for and heals the sheep. The true shepherd that loves the sheep. The true shepherd that seeks out and finds his sheep. The true shepherd that gives himself for his sheep. The religious leaders were hearing about the true shepherd, and they did not understand. Me? I was hearing the voice of the true shepherd. My shepherd. My shepherd who searched for me. My shepherd who loves me. My shepherd who calls me by my name. Jesus is my shepherd. And I have some really, really good news for you. The true shepherd searches for you. The true shepherd loves you. The true shepherd laid down his life for you. The true shepherd knows your name. Could it be true? Could all these wonderful, glorious things be true? Why should you listen to me? Well, I don't know much. But I do know I was blind, and now I see. And Jesus knows my name.